Shalom. First and
Hey,
foremost, we
shalom,
give all
shalom.
honor and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushan,
Bahashim,
Hashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, scattered abroad, tabernacle of David. Spoken bird one say Shalom, Shalom.
Yeah.
We
Shalom,
know,
shalom. This is kind of like part two, um, which I'll probably just play a little bit of this again, right? Pretty much highlighting, I don't know if you've seen this, where they was out there blatantly lying about the situation with the Edomite getting, sent to the spirit realm yesterday night. I'm gonna get this scripture real quick, and if you got anything, I'm gonna play it. Proverbs 19 and verse 9: a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. And this is the ways of the Edomites; they stay lying. That's a mo. But yeah, if
uh,
you got anything, go ahead.
I got this in Second Edges real quick, 15, uh, verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
God, these are the times that we living in, man, and it's only gonna ramp up. And with these two killings, with Esau, Edom feeling the curses, as I put in the title. Yeah, they're seeing how it feels to be Jake. But let's get this woman real quick again. I may skim through, but she pretty much lying.
5 a.m. Central Time, the Department of Homeland Security law enforcement officials and officers were conducting targeted operations in Minneapolis against an illegal alien whose criminal history included domestic assault with intentionally inflicting bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of.
But yeah, that's pretty much the point. But yeah, when you actually watch the actual video, this is the MO of the Edomites. They love lying. Proverbs 12 and verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shah. But they that do deal truly are his delight. Right? We of those men. We conduct ourselves as such, and our ways are pleasing unto Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, but Esau Edom's ways are contrary to the Lord. So he's even lying on his own people, but this is going to his plans. He wants that order out of chaos, right? That order out of chaos, man. And this is what it's leading up to, as you got in Second Ezra 15. You have anything out?
Oh, I just heard her say illegal alien, and I heard you mention, Edomite, because she basically just lied if it was Edomite. I mean, you do have illegals that are not, Northern Kingdom. But Esau is mainly going after Jake, but he's going after anybody now.
Yeah,
But now they just let you know what they're really about. They don't care who's in their way. As far as this NWO is concerned, they want to get it on and popping. They always try to make it seem like their life is in danger. How you mentioned as well. Hey, the curses is being put upon them. Jake has been feeling this. We've been going through this, and now they starting to feel it. I do got a precept real quick before you play it, Doc.
kind.
It's pretty much matching up to what you just brought out. It's Psalms 58. I'll get verse 2 and then verse 3. It says, yea, in heart ye work wickedness, and you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And the wicked are estranged from the womb, and they go astray, as soon as they be born speaking lies.
Speaking lies.
Woo.
Yup. As the MO, the Edomite, they right out the womb. It's like a video game. They got max max skills in lying. you know, it's like the creative player. When Yahweh Shah was creating them. Hey, max skills in lying.
Yeah, they lies on 100.
Yep. Yep. Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. So Esau Edom is starting to feel how it feels to be Jake, being shot down dead in the streets like it's nothing, man. And this is going to be an everyday thing coming very, very soon. I mean, even going up the block is going to be a war zone coming soon. And that's why we need Yahweh Shah to give us that covering, man. This ain't no game. But yeah, I'm gonna go. If you got anything, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Uh, At the Star Tribune. In less than 3 weeks,
Turn this up.
Minneapolis has now faced the loss of 2 of its citizens at the hands of federal law enforcement. On January 7th, Renee Good was shot and killed while in her SUV, and yesterday,
Slakia, fair use, fair use.
ICU nurse Alex Preddick was shot and killed while at least 5 agents surrounded him on the ground. Both were 37 years old. Both now share this.
This is just me when they say both 37 years old. Just me speaking as a man. Probably some psyop shit. What's the coincidence that they both 37? You know, but regardless, this plays in the hands of Esau Edom getting that order out of chaos, man. You know, I believe they said he didn't have an ID in this video, and this is going into the MOTB as we know.
Same tragic story. In each case, the Trump administration wasted no time in asserting what they claimed were the facts in the case. Just
And
hours.
Slovakia. Hey, Shalom Mak, Yahweh Shmiel Shah Barakatah.
Shalawar. Yabashra Shabakta.
Before any investigation could be conducted, labeling Good and Preddy not as victims, but as assailants. For Preddy, the Department of Homeland Security claimed he approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, violently resisted attempts to be disarmed, and wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. As was the case with Renee Good, there have been multiple.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Both of them being 37 years old sound suspect, man. It don't sound right, man.
Videos released that contradict the narrative the Trump administration would like the public to believe. A narrative that demands you believe that Preddy used his gun to assault officers. There is video showing the moments leading up to the shooting. We must warn you that what you are about to see is hard to watch.
So over here, she said the officer feared for his life. Said he was coming up with the boy that got shot was coming up to him with bad intentions. This video contradicts that, man. He just got shot with pepper spray, man. I haven't been shot with pepper spray, but I've seen the reactions of what people been shot with. That is very unpleasant, man. You know, your first instinct is to cover your eyes, man. You know. So yeah, it's just yeah. We're getting to that order out of chaos, and these are the times that we in. And yeah, Jacob's trouble's gonna ramp up, man. But yeah, if you got anything,
This is Jeremiah 49 in verse 7, because they said they were both 37. Something fishy going on. It doesn't
yeah.
sound. It says concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is the wisdom vanished? And that's everything that E's been doing. For the past couple of years, everything is just sloppy. It doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing. You can see right through the BS. You can tell that this man's lying. Even his own people can tell, and they ready to do something about it, man. And we love to see it. We love to see E versus E.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been watching Jake go at it for a long time, and E has a big part of that anyway. But we ready to see y'all go at it, man. You know,
Yeah, what you saying that? Matter of fact, this is Matthew 12 and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Verse 26. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And this is a clear showing Satan is against Satan, man. E versus E, the Egyptians versus the Egyptians, man. Matter of fact, you got this video right here.
Minneapolis is filing a declaration after today's shooting to encourage the judge to rule on a temporary restraining order on Monday that would grant us immediate relief and would help stop this operation that has been so harmful to the city of Minneapolis. The state of Minnesota has resulted in multiple shootings and tragedies.
Slovakia. It's 414. You really say like 144.
Yes. It formally requested assistance from the National Guard to support the limited number of officers that we have in the Minneapolis Police Department. We have around 600 officers in total. Days off have been canceled. Our incredible Minneapolis police officers have been working tirelessly to do their day-to-day work, and simultaneously, they're put in the middle of these chaotic situations. We will not be able to do this on our own, and so we are getting assistance from both mutual aid jurisdictions as well as the request to the governor for the National Guard, and we're appreciative of the assistance. Our community is tired. Our officers are tired. Our businesses are tired. And this additional support is necessary. And again, the chaos that we are seeing is caused directly by ICE, border control, and this federal administration. Our top priority is keeping our neighbors and businesses safe.
Yeah, it's
lies.
yeah. It's that order out of chaos, man. It's only going to get worse. It's E versus E, man. E versus E. And like you said, brother, hey, we love seeing it because that means the kingdom of heaven is literally around the corner. Just a couple more prophecies to go down. The MOTB, like when they said Alex, whatever his last name is, Preddy, didn't have a license on him. Hey, that's a clear distinction. They want to identify you with that C hip in you, man. You know, and I believe it's the Slocky. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's lucky. I don't know if you remember, like a few years ago when we had that one Jake come up to us and he was talking about how corrupt the law enforcement was because he worked in it. And he was talking to us about. I don't know if you remember that a few years.
Yeah, that older Jake.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, walking around with the mask on. It was around the plague time.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Ot.
yeah, it was. He was telling us a lot about how corrupt it was. I mean, we already knew that through the spirit, but he was just double confirming that. Just letting us know how bad it really was, not to trust him and all that. But we got Yahweh Bashman Shai that we put our trust in either way. So we know that these news media outlets be lying. We know they all connected to, the higher up E's and stuff like that. So, when they tell you that it's gonna be all good, they ain't here to protect you. They lying, man. They lying.
They in the same juice. You know, I wouldn't be surprised he's taking orders from behind the scenes. You know, make it seem like you're trying to get help, but it's like I keep saying that order out of chaos, man. That's what it boils down to. I got Sirach 34 and verse 12. I was often in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. Verse 13, the spirit of those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth him. Whosoever feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doth he look, and who is his strength. Verse 16, for the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from the heat, a covering from the sun at noon, a preservation from the stumbling, and a help from the falling. He raiseth up the soul and lighten up the eyes. He giveth health, life, and blessings. See, our trust is in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, making our call and election sure, doing the work, doing what we're supposed to do, fearing the Lord. And when the times of trouble, right, Jacob's troubles start to get crazy all around here, we understand that the Lord's going to take care of us, man. Let's see, I'm going to play some more of this. MS Now is working to report out more details, but what we do know from Minneapolis Police Chief is that Freddie was a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. In fact, Minnesota is an open carry state. At no point in the video does it appear that Freddie is ever holding his gun, but instead appears to be holding a cell phone or camera likely to record the interaction with federal agents as he tried to help a woman up who was shoved by one of them. In a sworn court declaration, a person who says she watched Freddie get killed in front of her proclaimed, quote, "It didn't look like he was trying to resist, just trying to help the woman up. I didn't see him with a gun. They threw him to the ground. 4 or 5 agents had him on the ground and they just started shooting him. They shot him so many times." Hey, ain't that what Jake had to go through? Jake go through that pretty much on the daily, man. So now these Edomites are feeling it. But it's just, it's come to the time where they're gonna rise up against each other, man. Freddie's family put out a statement last night. His father saying in part, "Alex wanted to make a difference in this world. Unfortunately, he will not be with us to see his impact. I do not throw around." Let me see. This one says a video shows him taking the gun. So he was disarmed. And just like Jake, they still take you out, man. So yeah, they feeling the curses. Fair use, fair use. Let me see. Fast forward it. I'm gonna get about. Let me see if I get right here. As they start moving up on him, he is not trying to move toward them. He's backing away. Then you're going to see one of these officers approach a woman near him and really forcefully shove her to the ground right there. And this is what we say, man. Doesn't matter. These are the times that we're coming into, people. Right? Those that want to play games, those that want to make mockery of this truth. The Lord ain't gonna have pity. Yeah. Women, children, the old, young. Lord ain't having pity. He just pushed that woman, man.
Threw her to the ground, man. Hey, who knows if she was pregnant or not? She didn't look like it, but that's gonna happen to a lot of pregnant women too. They ain't worse. We ain't gotta say the word, but
Yep. He starts rushing over toward her. Now they're both getting pepper sprayed at this point. He gets grabbed and he's taken over to the ground here. I'll point out this is about 15 seconds from when officers turned to him. He's now on the ground. They are on top of him. These officers are all around. He does not appear to have a weapon in his hand. He doesn't brandish anything. He doesn't seem to do anything. And then all of a sudden you see one agent in the middle there. Look, I saw him. He took the gun. One shot followed by, in our analysis, 9 other shots here.
We heard from Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino. He was asked at what point Pretty brandished a weapon in all of this. This was his answer. Allie, this situation again is evolving. This situation is under investigation. Those facts will come to light. This
And Slakiak, they have a video of. Let me go back to him. I believe this is the same dude. Him putting up the Nazi sign, right? It's in my phone that's recording. Otherwise, I would have put that up. But they got video of him putting up the Nazi sign. So yeah, these are times that we living in, man. Esau Edom's going back to his caveman state, even unto their own people.
Will come to light. This is important because an important detail because concealed carry is legal. We know from local officials Pretty had a permit to carry a weapon. And law enforcement analysts here on CNN have raised questions as to why the picture of this gun that DHS shared online was shown on the seat of a car and not in the scene where Pretty was shot. And we now have an answer. CNN analysis shows, if you watch all those videos carefully, you see a federal agent right there who appears to be removing a gun. This is very critical to remember. That piece of video you're seeing right there is happening about a second or maybe slightly less than a second before the shooting begins. It's just video. We have to look at it. There'll be a lot of questions here, but that's the reason people say you have to have a truly impartial and fair investigation here, because if he removed the gun before all this shooting broke out, then why is this man now dead? It's really quite a remarkable.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. We'll probably get a couple more closeouts, just a little quick one. But yeah, if you got anything,
Yeah, I got this in Isaiah 19, verse 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." And that's what times we in, man. Everybody fighting against each other. You got a lot of Edomite women, leaving their husbands because they cowards and they not doing nothing to fight back against them. And a lot of them, they want Jake anyway. They land down with Jake. I heard the elder Malcolm say that all the time, and we see this when we go out and about. We see a lot of Edomite women with Jake or
yep.
Cullen, man. They don't want to be with their men, man. They scared to fight back. A lot of them, you know, they're not doing anything. They don't really care about their own people, man. They never been a nation of being united like that. They portray that, but that's really not the case. And we seeing it play out of how divided they really are. To keep it
Yeah.
going, man, it's all leading to our kingdom.
Yeah, you go back to Alexander the Great, right? Him and his generals, right? His son was next up in line and they killed him. And so they always been against each other, you know. We had conversations with a Jake that knew some Edomites. They'll treat their own family bad, man. They'll throw them in the what you call it, retirement home, and can't wait for them to die. And Jake has a whole different spirit on him. Hey, we want to see our grandparents. We want to see our parents, man. We want to take care of them, man. We ain't trying to throw them in the retirement home and, oh, I can't wait for this nigga to die so I can get that money. So yeah, this is the spirit that Edomite ramped up. Go ahead, Doc.
He's supposed to be the Lord's people, man. That people think that the Lord looks like and the Most High looks like them and all that, and He's for them. No, these people they are Satan walking on the earth, man. You know,
Kind,
the part walking on the earth.
kind. I got Romans 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, said the Lord Yahweh Shah. So this is why we don't move carnally. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal, right? If you believe in this truth, you understand that at the end, you're going to get your hands on these Edomites. But that's when the Lord does this, right? We're waiting patiently upon the Lord because vengeance is his, right? What we seeing is E versus E. Our enemies is bucking out, man. They're going crazy against each other. So we just patiently waiting for the vengeance, man, to see the downfall of our enemies, man.
All right, we love to see it.
Let's see. If I get another one. This is Psalms 138 and verse 7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, right? Because Jacob's trouble is going to be crazy out here, man. Right? Thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of my enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. Right? And this is our full trust in YASHAMIAHLA. Hey, no matter what, the Lord is going to take care of us, man. Right? The Lord going to take care of us. The Lord going to save us. You know, I had a dream of Jacob's trouble, and chaos was on the right-hand side. Chaos was on the left-hand side, but I was able to move through, you know, pretty much walk in the middle lane and not get touched, you know? So, you know, that those times are coming, man, where the people won't even be looking at you. You're going to be like pretty much invisible to the people, and their eyes is just going to be on attacking each other instead of you, you
All right.
know? So that's something that can happen, man. But yeah, if you got anything,
Nah, I don't got anything.
Con. Yeah, it was just a little quick hit. Hey, the water for showing up. I know it was the last minute. Slacky, brother.
You're all good, Doc.
All right. With that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashum, Yahusha, Bashum, Rakah Kodash, the bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, at Great Millstone, Ruel, and touch his truth, and Abad Babal, Shalom. Hey, Shalom, Bak.
Shalom, Doc.